As families across the Hill Country begin the long road to recovery, one Kerrville family is seeing decades of kindness come full circle. Dr. Carpenter has quietly helped people throughout his community for years. Well, now, after the flood took everything from his family, the people he helped are rallying around him. KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez shows us how a community is returning the favor.
I knew it was life-threatening, so I just felt a sense of urgency, not a panic, but just a sense of urgency to get out of here.
Dr. Robbie Carpenter says when the floodwaters came early Thursday morning, his daughter woke up after hearing water splashing against the house. There was already 6 inches of water inside, so she ran upstairs to wake her parents.
I knew that if that's happening, this is biblical proportion flood.
Robbie says as they escaped their home, which sits along Camp Meeting Creek in Kerrville, it was a surreal feeling, filled with tears and prayers.
And as we were pulling out, you could hear these big logs crashing into the house and breaking the windows.
Robbie's son David says the home is filled with history and memories dating back to the 60s when his parents purchased the house. When the Carpenters came back home, David said the house was covered in 4 feet of debris, filled with seaweed, moss, and even live fish.
Dad hugged each other and we cried, and our whole family cried. And we've been crying on and off for the last couple of days because these aren't just items, they all have a memory and a movie attached to them.
To add to the trauma of losing nearly everything, the Carpenters found out that a home insurance policy that they have been paying faithfully for the past 50 years would not cover anything.
This is when he needs it. And I'm sure it's in excess of $1 million that he's paid them, and he gets zero.
Zero is a number that Dr. Robbie Carpenter knows all too well. For 55 years, he ran a dental practice in Kerrville, and when a patient was in need, zero is what he would charge them.
A lot of people didn't have money, and Dad his entire life gave away dentistry to a fault, and never expected people to pay him back.
And it wasn't just free dental work Dr. Carpenter would give back to the Kerrville community. David said his father was generous with his money and giving back.
He has done this his entire life, taken off time and done missions. And in the community, when people had a need, he would counsel them. He counseled troubled marriages, people that were contemplating suicide, people that had psychological, spiritual problems, came to Dad.
So when the flood struck the Carpenter family, many answered their call, the way he answered the community's calls time and time again.
And I've shed other tears about people that have been so good to me. They brought help, they brought food, they brought money, they brought themselves. We've had over 50 people here cleaning all the muck out and just asking what can we do for help. And the feelings and the emotions in that runs very deep. But the bottom emotion is the peace of God that passes understanding.
Although it's been an all-hands-on-deck cleanup effort, the Carpenters say the home will likely have to be demolished because of mold and structural damage.
I don't have the kind of funds it would take to rebuild.
So to help, the community has started a GoFundMe, which has raised more than $30,000. Dr. Carpenter says he is relying on his faith to get him through this difficult time. But there is one possession that means the world to him and hopes to have it back, a Bible he purchased in 1971.
I have said many times that if my house burned down, that would be the item I would take out with me, other than my family. That would be the item I would take out with me first.
While we were speaking, someone brought a Bible they found in the creek, and he became emotional, but it wasn't his beloved Bible.
Hopefully mine's down there somewhere and they're going to find it. Somewhere out there, God, please find my Bible.
And if you would like to help Dr. Robbie Carpenter during his time of need, we have posted a link to the GoFundMe on this web story at KENS5.com. Mike Jimenez, KENS 5.